on for game number 1 of this best of 3. Players have just readied up, so let's do this. As in the top left-hand side, we have a pause. Ooh. Did I forget to ask if they were ready? Oh, no, they said go-go. They said go-go, and then so I was like, wait, I forgot. I'm not ready. Alright, guys. A couple of moments and we'll get this ready to begin. Sorry for the slight delay there. Get this started up in a few moments once again. Into Solo versus Zest. Again, loser of this plays Stasia. The good thing about the TVT happening already means that there's no more mirror matchups for the day. We've got a Terran, Zerg, and Protoss remaining. So yeah, Solo versus Zest, loser versus Tasia. And then the winners of those two matches go up against each other in the grand finals. How exciting. How very exciting. No more mirror matchup, feels good, man. What's up, Faith? How you doing, buddy? Where's your sub gone, bro? Do you need a gifted sub to tide you over for a while, help you out? I don't want you to be missing out on emotes if you need to take a break from subbing. I can cover you if you need it. Don't want you to miss out on all your beautiful emote memes. Have we already done Dream versus Tasia? Yes, Tasia did win, so Tasia's winning in the next matchup for the loser of this. What's up, As a Task 2? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub. Says, hey Wardy, hey chat. How you doing? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub. Really appreciate it. It was obviously a bit weird to you. I really thought I'd just started the game and I hadn't asked if the players were better. But no, turns out they had both said ready, and then changed his mind. So just waiting to get into this. So this is go. Alright guys, you ready for the actual hype intro? Go says Zest and we can resume. Boom.
Game resumed.
Alright, so in the top left hand side, our red Protoss player. This is Zest. Taking on in the bottom right, our blue Zerg from Triumphant Song Gaming. It is Solar. Game number 1 of this best of 3. Solar obviously comes off of an elimination from Home Story Cup because of losing to Zest. So obviously perhaps chance for a small amount of revenge right here. So you just have the Overlord moving up to the top side of the map. Gateway just going to be on its way down. Entering the natural gas in the main. And again, spawning pool will drop down in a moment or so as well. So hatch gas and pool gets ready to roll. You see drones on the way out. And the Nexus drops down into the natural. So Nexus into the natural expansion here is going to be seeing the Cybernetics core building up as well. Now Overlord from Solar will start to make its way to the upper left-hand side of the map. So Overlord making its way to get a bit of a scout going. I haven't talked much CVP today, obviously, just yet. We've had pretty much all the matchups other than CVPs, so and some of the mirrors. So yeah, kind of nice to get a. It's kind of nice actually, 4 different matchups in a row. It's what's great about StarCraft, isn't it? It's one of the great things. It's like, you know, not just is every game different, but then you can go from like one matchup to another, and it's completely different. So much variety. Just going to see the Overlord moving into the natural. So you see the Adept is just on its way. Warp Gate is starting, and again, Nexus is about to finish up in a moment or two. Stargate is building here in the main, and again, a couple of probes going to be transferring between the bases. You have the Warp Gate on its way up on the Cyber Core. But the Ling is going to be picking away at this set of rocks, so rocks will go down. So just cleaning that out, as we do have the single Zergling up the right-hand side, and again, Hatchery dropping down on the third base as well. So just getting that rolling as that Oracle throwing a boosting away on the Stargate. Just getting that up and rolling. So what's going to happen is you do see Link Speed is coming along for the moment. Stalker going to be picking its way through the Overlord. Overlord taking a little bit of damage there. Oracle is about to pop out, and we are going to be seeing the drones continue to come in as well. Zergling Speed about to finish up. Oracle down the left-hand side here, and the Adept Stalker coming out to the front as we get this ready to go. The Queen starting in the natural as we do see the Oracle moving in towards the Nat, just trying to find something. Finds a drone transference, so able to get one. Starts on the egg, decides just to save the energy instead for later. I mean, you're going into multiple Oracles, so it's nice to have a bit more, you know, as much energy as you can get. And behind it, Twilight and the Robo, so no third Oracle here. Means the Twilight and the Robo comes up pretty quickly, which allows you to go straight into that Templar Archive setup. There was a Stalker, so no need for the Phoenix either. Already pushed that Overlord away to the side. The Oracle's going to make a dive for a couple of Queens, finds another drone transfer, and there'll be another one here that moves to the Spore. Ooh, loses the Spore. No cancel there is obviously quite expensive, right? And that actually hurts you quite a lot, so losing out on that as Zest will come around this left-hand side. Two Oracles kind of gathered up here, and Alara and Rotron will be the next tech choices as Solar shows us a little bit of how he plans to approach the next stage of this game. The Oracle still just sat down on the bottom. Goes back across and towards the natural expansion. Templar Archives is going to be finishing up here shortly. A couple extra gates coming in, and 3 drones going down. Oracles now go towards the main base. Wolfwiller there is able to get a shot off an Oracle. Already taking some damage. That's about to finish up. We'll see what Solar does alongside the Roaches as the first side Templar warp in. That's so unfortunate. Solar just missing seeing them. Means that they're going to get into Archons. Obviously, if you see them, you could probably jump on the Archons and get some shields off before there's any potential for damage to be done. That's a real shame to actually miss out on that opportunity. That's yeah, that's so unfortunate because he's so close to seeing it as well, right? He's so close to being just right there. Obviously, it takes some hit. 3 drones go down. The Archons are going to dance around a little bit. Picks off a Roach as well. Both these Roaches actually taking some damage. It's 5 drones killed. Zest getting some really good early game damage done in these opening Archon drops. Oh, just loses the Observer, which is maybe a slight shame. Observer's nice to keep up because then you can clean out some of the creep spread as well. As it stands, Solar's just going to make a bunch of Roaches, and as Roach speed comes in, it looks like he might just go for the kill. He hasn't replaced any of the drones which he's lost, so he's down to 50 workers, and that's dropping even further as the Oracles come in for 2 more. So, not really looking great here. As 2 Immortals on the way up from Zest. A couple of Assimilators coming in on the 3rd base. Archons coming forwards once again as it's going to be seeing the drone getting picked up. So drone gets taken down. 20 Lings on the way up. A few Roaches, a couple of Ravages getting going, and just going to be seeing those Oracles of Zest continue to go around on the right hand side. Roaches into the center, a couple of Queens coming with it. Of Solar. Moving around in that natural expansion. Here we go. The Roaches, the Ravages, the Lings. Pressing forwards, and straight away the cannon's going to get cancelled. The extra cannons on the way up over on the right hand side. Couple of close bars dropping down as Zest needs to hold this off. the extra sentries are continuing to warp in here as our road traveler continues to move through. First of all, gets taken down, and we're just going to see again another couple of immortals. Taking a lot of damage. I mean, obviously the prison gives a lot of micro potential here. Now, Sola's killed a lot of probes at the very least, so the problem is if you just kill probes, it isn't enough because you're missing tech in your army. And that tech isn't just going to appear by killing probes. So continuing on in this game is a real difficulty without any text units. And now he's lost the Archons, only one immortal left. Zest might just be about to be broken here. There's just a few too many Roach Ravagers left. Just a couple of units. I mean, even if you save that Archon, right, and keep that alive a bit longer, it goes a long way. He will keep 2 immortals alive, and he's building 2 immortals at a time. Still a reinforcement with both Roaches and Zerglings. So the reinforcements aren't going to be instantaneous because of those Speedlings. There's Roaches involved in this as well. And that one immortal in the Warpers is so low. If Solo can get the 3rd base, then maybe there's a bit more potential in this, right? Because then you take away a lot of the economy that Zest would use to stay in the game. So if you actually kill the 3rd base and stop him from just probing back up to like 60 workers, that may be okay, because then you can have time to transition. There's a lot of Road Ravagers still here. Zest just doesn't really have any sort of tanky units, right? So while you can juggle these immortals, etc. all day long, they are still kind of consistently taking damage, and that's the issue. You know, there's not ever any point here where, you know, he's actually not taking damage, so eventually these units will go down. He's getting a few more salts now, but again, it's maybe just missing a bit too much. A couple more corrosive vials. Going to land on an immortal, but it lifts up at the last second. He actually even took one of the hits. Zest control here as he tries to hold on to this. This Road Ravager force still trying to break through. Another Zealot gets picked up. I think this is a cleanup by Zest. Solo's attack will end here. With that, so will the game. Solo types out GG, and Zest takes game number 1 of this best of. Subscribing helps to support the stream quite a lot. We try and give back to you guys when we can. Replay backs is one of the main ways we do that. So please consider checking that out. Checking out that option if you've got that Twitch Prime lurking around that you've not used on anyone just yet. Why not get yourself a sick replay pack? And more replay packs. Obviously, we do replay packs throughout the month, every month. And there'll be a lot of StarCraft this month. So, you know, maybe get yourselves a replay pack. Support the stream. Unlock some more emotes. Be an esports hero. As we jump into game number 2. In the top left-hand side, our blue Zerg player is Solar. Down a map after that aggression. Did not quite work out for him there in game number 1. Looking to see if he can move straight through to that grand final here. Our red Protoss player in the bottom right, it is Zest. Tazuka coming in with the fresh new subscription. Thank you so much. And there's one man who wants to get his hands on some replays. Thank you so much for the fresh subscription. Appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the stream. We're always telling you guys this, and it is very true. Always putting on more and more events as we get more and more subs. I think it's been very apparent this year. We put on a lot more tournaments this year than we did last year. And it truly is just the fact that we've got more subscribers so we can afford to put more on. So, again, subscribe to the stream. Don't just help me out. You help the stream out. You help the tournaments out. You help the players out. Which is awesome, right? I actually didn't do at the end of the year a comparison of how much money we put into StarCraft this year compared to last year. I'm going to use it as a talking point to drive subs next year. It's the game plan. Just watching an Overlord come across, there's not much is going on early. There's a probe being a little bit annoying up here, so watch this for the first couple moments. Doesn't really do much though. You see this probe takes actually quite a lot of damage as it escapes out through the center, so the probe does go down. This probe gets picked off. And we're just going to be seeing the Stargate on its way from Zest in the main base. Got some Citron coming in with the fresh subscription as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Also, thank you for supporting the stream, and don't forget to get on that Discord server to get your replay back. I hear music stronger than Wardy's voice. I don't know. I just can't fix my microphone at the minute. I don't know what to tell you. I'll turn my microphone up a little bit. I'm just a little bit afraid if I turn it up too much, it's going to start clipping if I start going like super loud. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. It's this part of the soundtrack is just really loud as well. It's like the loudest part of the soundtrack. So when I try and balance the music, that soundtrack just messes it up. I'm going to see this Overlord getting picked off as we just do have the Phoenix able to pick off the Overlord. Another gateway dropping down. And the Zerglings at the front here taking a little bit of damage. Oracle from Zest will move out up to the upper left-hand side of the map. Joining up with the Phoenix. It was Phoenix first this time around, and that means he's already killed off the initial Overlord that's on the bottom right side. Solar is going to be denied information. 3 Stargate units this time. 2 Oracles, 1 Phoenix means that the Robo is that little bit later, which means if you want to Archon drop, it's going to hit a little bit later as well. As initially here, you can see. So this is actually, you can see what's happening here. This is one of the new issues with the Oracle, actually. What you just saw happening was the Oracle targets a drone. When it finishes targeting the drone, it auto goes to attack what's attacking it. So it automatically turns to fight the Queen because its attack isn't ready. And so, even though if you queue up the drone kills, because your attack isn't ready, it goes and turns to fight the Queen, and it's really silly. So, I mean, what we saw there was the Oracle kind of turning around a little bit because of it. You can see it again, it keeps turning towards the Queens. It's making that Oracle micro very difficult, and it's why Zest kind of looks a bit bad here. It's like, what's the Oracle doing? It's actually just the update they've made to the Oracle, making it derp out a little bit, which is kind of crazy. Lair, Rotron on the way up. As we just do see a few drones is on the way. Immortal going to be Chrono boosting out of the Robo here. We might see a bit of an aggressive push from Zest. Obviously, no Twilight Council, so not an Archon drop. And as he goes up to 4 gates, it really does open potential to go on the map and to apply some pressure. He actually went into triple Oracle. Maybe, I don't know when he actually built this one, but it's already over here. Now this time actually finding some more damage. Phoenix will go down. That doesn't have much more of a role to play in this game anyways. I mean, it's always nice. You may as well keep it alive, right? But better than losing an Oracle. This is going to try and sneak their way over here. A couple of adepts able to just jump in between the pylons. You can see the sentries starting to move out onto the maps. This little push from Zest. Now, it's only 4 gates, so this isn't designed to be completely all in. In fact, it's designed to be, you know, more probes on the way to really establish into that 3rd base and get mining on that 3rd base. Because, again, you don't have, like, a ridiculous amount of economy here. A ridiculous amount of warp in here. So you need that economy to come up behind it. So you sort of warp in. He unsieges the prison because A, the Queen's on range, and B, the Corrosive Bowels are nearby. So that's a smart unsiege and just delays the warp in a bit, but worth it because otherwise he probably loses the prison there. Twilight and the Forge on the way. Zest looking for the next stage of the game. And as we drop a Revelation to clean out just a Cryptium, actually really good force fields on the Ravagers. He'll get one of them just. And there's some good transfusions to keep those Ravagers alive when they were separated from the rest of the army and under some heavy pressure. Adept here is going to pick off a couple of these Zerglings. So a couple of those will be going down. Still having some gateways being built up. Obviously this is just getting up into 3 base economy right and needing a little bit more production. But I like what Zest has done. You know, he's really kept Solar at 60 workers for quite a while, long enough for him to catch up and to start saturating his own 3rd base. So this push out has been successful. He didn't really lose anything from the push. Killed off a Ravager, and you know, just forced a lot of units. Otherwise, Solar would have been up on, what, 70-ish, 80-ish workers already? I mean, he is now. That could have happened 30, 60 seconds ago if Zest had just sat back. So, I like the little push out, making use of the units which he has, as you can see these rocks cleaned up, and this hatchery on the 4th base is going to be starting to saturate with a few drones making their way over there. Plus 1 melee on the way out as Baneland Speed coming up as well. 6 more Lings on the way out, and just a few extra drones coming in. Let's continue to get set up to go. 2 Oracles in the center. We're going to see Ling, Roach, Ravager picking its way through these rocks. The rocks taking a lot of damage. We'll get taken down as we have got Zest Making his way up towards the upper left-hand side. So the next wave of this attack, he has stopped on 58 probes, by the way, so he seems to be quite content with the saturation he currently holds. And it looks like he's kind of going to commit to this. If you wanted a fourth base, you'd probably fourth base around now and start probing up already, but pushing forwards, let's see what he does with +1 attack finish, and we'll see if he also starts +2. You'll Chrono Boost that just to make sure it's finished for the fight, which might happen at any second now. Feels like he's really committed to this at the moment as corrosive bowels dropping down. Solar just wants to obviously buy as much time as he can. Over time here, Solar's extra economy is going to kick in. He's going to get more units up. +1 melee would be a nice little addition to this as well. About 14 seconds away from completing that. So 11 Banes, 34 more Lings. Solar's almost maxed out here. Starting his last overload of the game. You just see Zest move back and forth. He's looking for a good way to fight this. Pops a couple hallucinated Colossus just to try and take some damage somewhere. Corrosive Bowels will drop down as the Banelian's been forced to take a long way around because of the force fields here. A few more Banes going over to the left-hand side, and Zealots there are going to get taken down pretty swiftly. So those Zealots fall pretty quick, and so far so good for Solar. Zest loses his Prism, and now it feels like Zest doesn't actually have much more to keep fighting this with. So actually maybe Zest has to go back home. And Solar immediately realizes that this is an opportunity for him to tech. Hive starts, +2 melee starts. And Zest decides to make a new War Prism and 6 more High Templar, morph those into Archons. You can see Zest is just going to try and end this game again though, right? Okay, I say that just before he starts +2. The other sign that he wants to continue this game would be invest into Storm now. Because Storm is the one thing that's going to make fighting those higher numbers of Banelings a bit more easy, a bit more easily done, more efficient. If there's one way that Zest kind of realistically stays in this game, I think it's by truly investing into Storm in the very near future. I mean, maybe +2 and he goes for timing with +2, but by then, Solar's, he's going to have so much on the map. He's not maxed out now, but he is obviously teching up, and it obviously has been, both players lost a fair amount in that fight. Ravager down the left side. Zerglings all the way down to the bottom. Fourth base will try to build from Zest, so there's definitely intentions of kind of macroing a little bit, but there's still not a lot of probes. And oh my god, a Baneling drop in the natural. Missed that one coming in, but he is going to lose the entire mineral line here. So Zest loses the entire mineral line of probes. Well, now he's even more kind of... Well, now he has to build probes to rebuild to where he was at least. Oracles drop down a Revelation as a couple Queens get caught in it. Bane, Ravager, all heading down to the bottom side of this. Rock's going to be in a little bit of trouble as well, so watching out as those get attacked here. Spire on the way up, +2 melee and Adrenal Glands all building. Bane's thinking about maybe running in towards these Zealots and Archons coming forwards. Bane's actually wrecked the Zealots on the left-hand side. There's a lot of Archons in this army. Oh my god, we've got High Templar that are morphed in the back. Oh, nice first battle. Grabs one more Archon. I don't mind Solar backing away from this actually, because backing away and, taking a moment or two probably only helps out overall. As you see, a couple more Biles isn't going to hit on much. The Oracle's actually picking away at these Oracles, these Ravagers, sorry. Trying to get an extra kill or so. Zest will try and make this aggressive now, but I don't really see it. Solar hits the Spire. He can go into a greater Spire from here. Archon's still just setting up a few extra Warpins coming down, and there's our first couple of Queens going down already. Lings and Banes continue to roll on forwards, and, well, this army starts to crash on in towards the Archons. A couple of Archons already dropping here. Corrosive Bowels will get the Prism. I mean, this game was kind of over anyways, I think. I don't see this fight doing much, even with the Prism left over. Solar. Let's take it in game. It's to the bottom right-hand side. Our Red Zerg from Triumphant Song Gaming. Solar. Taking on the Blue Protoss in the upper left-hand side. It is Zest. What's up, Wush? How you doing? It's cooking the American turkey at the moment. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone out in America. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Thanksgiving Day indeed. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hope you ate all the amazing food. I am extremely jealous. I feel like we should get a bonus, feast day as well in England. Maybe if we actually leave the EU or something, I don't know. Whatever happens with Brexit, maybe we make Brexit Day a day where we all get together and just eat food, just because at least that's one positive that could come out of the whole thing, maybe, possibly. That'd be good, right? Just trying to think of ways to get lots of food in my stomach at the moment, guys. Just thinking. Thank you so much as well, Alas, for that gifted sub to Quick CD before the break. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for continuing to support the stream. I know you're always in here dropping subs, so appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Do other countries celebrate Thanksgiving? I mean, we don't celebrate the Thanksgiving, but I mean, I know what Thanksgiving is because we get Black Friday afterwards. You know, we get to buy stuff for cheap for no reason at all. It's just like, hey, let's start out in America, and people have the internet now, so they know we do sales in America, so we better just do sales everywhere. And it's like, it makes no sense, but well, it makes no sense at all, but I guess it works, right? Isn't Black Friday a lie? I mean, does Black Friday happen? Yes. Hence, is it a lie? No. I guess it depends what you mean, really. Adept from Zest will shade onto the map for our first little bit of action. He's going to open Twilight Council. I'd imagine this is a Robo and an Archon drop. I don't feel like there's any way people play Resonant Enclaves anymore. It's so weird. As you do see, this Adept just continue to shade forwards. Robo facility will begin. As the Adept shades on up to the high ground, and a few seconds going to be pressing on forwards. This Adept going to be shading back away. Drone becomes a Spore Crawler. We're just going to see the rest of the drones pulled in. He's actually going to get the Adept kill. It's a nice catch from Solar. It's a really nice catch from Solar, actually. Really well done there, as we do have these few Zerglings just continuing on forwards. Gateways dropping down. So getting those gates up and running. Dark Shrine dropping in on the main base from Zest, as we do see some Zerglings just hanging out as well. Rochoran is setting up from Solar, and the Lair on the way too. So just seeing that Archon drop from Zest. Obviously this is the kind of earlier Archon drop you can do. There's no Stargate before it. So that does take away some of the safety from having these Oracles on the map, etc. But, you know, some of the map vision. But of course the Archons come out and they get out a little bit faster too. So, you know, negatives and benefits. Lings is backing away back over to the right side. Overlord are building up, and the Roach Roaring about to finish in a moment or two. So, gets that finished up. Lair going to be finishing it in a few moments' time, and our Dark Shrine is going to be done in the main base momentarily as well. Let's do Adepts drop just north of this little Fog of War area there, and there's the DTs warping in. So 3 DTs. Is this actually just 3 gates? No, it is 4. It just doesn't have the warp in for the 4th. 2 Adepts will try and go into the natural mineral line at the same time, so it's actually starting to do quite a bit of damage, but he will lose 1 DT. The Adepts actually didn't target fire very well here, so Zest doesn't actually get that much damage done, loses another DT. Good hold from Solar. Really good hold from Solar so far, actually. Another DT or 2 just continue to come on in then, so Zest has to replace those to actually get the Archons going. And Solar's just going to send Lings across the map. Obviously, you've kind of dealt some good damage here early, and the main thing about doing damage like picking off the DT is A, it costs more gas to replace them, so B, you can't tech up as well back at home, but also you're forcing more warp-ins to the front line so the Archon drop gets going, so there's less warp-ins at home defensively. So getting a few Lings across the map can work quite nice, as you know, you can see the Prism loading up, and the Archons finally now pressing forwards. See what they can do. An Observer at the front so he can get rid of some creep spread, and looks like he's going to go for a Roach. Low HP Roach is being very evasive, but eventually will be found, will go down. These Archons will juggle around to get as much done as possible here in this game number 3 decided map in this winner bracket match. Again, 4 gateways building up in the main base currently. Getting those up and online. There's a couple of extra spine crawlers building up on the 3rd, and again, just overall, a lot being done at the moment. Those Archons from Zest lift up again, going to go over towards the main, and Archon's going to go after the Overlord. Will be able to pick that off as well. It's a good shutdown. It's nicely done. Spire on the third base, getting that up, ready to roll. Observe on the way out. When you look at Zest's side of things, he is going to get aggressive. So this is that kind of 7-minute 3 Immortal. It's meant to be 4 Archon push, but you actually only have 2 Archons here because you lost multiple DTs earlier. Slows down, obviously, the numbers that you have in this. This should be good, theoretically, for Solar. Having killed early DTs, and Zest still trying to commit to this attack. This is off 8 gateways, so even though he's taking the 3rd Nexus, there's absolutely intentions of getting a lot of damage done here. Man, look how low some of these Archons are as well. Going into this fight, Zest could not be more bruised and battered than he is. I mean, I know a lot of this army's healthy, but those Archons really aren't, and so, especially considering he's missing some Archons from what should be here, this might be tough. Solo's mostly struggling at the moment, actually, because of a way of attacking him that doesn't get him too choked up. There's force fields to be used here by Zest. Hasn't used any yet. Obviously, the corrosive bars can pick those force fields off, and that's kind of the goal at the moment. Ooh, Roach is wrapping around the top, might get on top of those sentries. I think there's just nothing to really tank for this army, right? The Archons are so busy being saved again and again. War Prism goes down. That's the end of this attack. Solar's going to clean Zest up. Revenge is had from Home Story Cup 20. Solar goes to the grand finals as Zest will